Srila Prabhupada wrote the first 3 volumes of his translations of Srimad Bhagavatam. For 6 years, Srila Prabhupada lived here. Srila Prabhupada explained Vrindavan as his home, and the specific place was this Bhajan Kutir, at the side of the Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi of Rupa Goswami. In fact, Srila Prabhupada was very careful to make sure that these 2 rooms that he lived in were preserved very carefully by the devotees of our society, because he considered it so very, very sacred that each devotee who was his followers come here and pray at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and see the Bhajan Kutir in which he performed his loving service to the Lord. This is Sri Radha Damodara temple. Srila Rupa Goswami personally carved the deity of Radha Damodara, worshipped them, and then gave them to his beloved nephew Jiva Goswami to continue the seva. In the Vaishnava scriptures it describes how when Jiva Goswami worshipped Sri Radha Damodara, sometimes Damodar would play his flute for him. Sometimes Damodar would dance before him, putting Jiva Goswami in great, great spiritual joy. On the altar we also saw the Govardhan Shila that has been worshipped here for over 400 years. The story of this Shila is Sanatana Goswami. He was living at the Chakaleshwar Mahadev temple near Manasa Ganga, Govardhan. And each and every day he would perform the Govardhan Parikrama. There's 2 parikramas. The one we do is about 14 miles. But the one going around to Rasastali, Paita, Chandrasarovar, it's about 24 miles. He would do that parikrama every day. And this when he was in his old age. So it was very difficult for him in his 70s and 80s to do this parikrama every day. Plus he would offer his obeisances to Vaishnavas thousands times a day. Plus chant 2 lakhs a day. Plus he would write Hari Bhakti Vilas Brihad Bhagavatamrita, his translation and purport of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He was fully immersed in devotional service. So one day, Krishna appeared in the disguise of just a little cowherd boy. Disguise in the sense that Sanatana did not. And he said to Sanatana Goswami that why you are taking so much trouble to walk around this hill every day in your old age. It is not necessary. But the 6 Goswamis, they had to establish to the world the importance of being very, very strict in our regulative principles and sadhana. Whoever we may be, that is very much an essential part of our spiritual advancement. We take vows to chant 16 rounds. We take vows to follow these regulative principles. We try to attend the Mangalarti. We try to read the books. We try to do nice puja. We try to offer humble seva. But sometimes, due to material considerations, we compromise. But if we really want to make spiritual advancement, we cannot compromise. Sanatana Goswami had every reason to compromise. He was practically in his 80s, and yet he was walking 24 miles around Govardhan Hill every day, plus doing all his other duties. Hardly sleeping an hour and a half a day. And Krishna appeared before him and said, "You don't have to do this. He said, no, it is my principle, I must. It is very, very important that leaders set proper example. Not only was Sanatana Swami very strict, but that strictness did not create ego or hardness of heart. But he was the most humble, the most loving person. Every Brijabasi in Vrindavan considered him their most beloved Guru. He had such genuine appreciation and concern for everyone. So Krishna, out of his love for his devotee, he personally manifested his form and placed his lotus foot in a particular Govardhan Shila on the mountain. And then he played his flute. And the sound of his flute melted the Shila, so that Krishna's lotus footprint went deep into that stone. And along with it is also his stick and the hoofprint of a cow. Then Krishna said to Sanatana Goswami that this Shila, if you circumambulate it 4 times, some say 4, sometimes 7. 4. If you circumambulate it 4 times, it is equal to performing the whole Govardhan Parikrama. So taking this as the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sanatana Goswami performed this devotional activity for the rest of his life. We are so fortunate to have had the darshan of this beautiful form of the Lord. Sri Radha Damodara temple was the place where Sri Rupa Goswami performed his bhajan. At that time, this whole area was Seva Kunj. Here in his bhajan kutir, Srila Rupa Goswami would write his literatures. He would preach to the devotees. He trained Sri Jiva Goswami. Here Sri Jiva Goswami made his base. In fact, this was the headquarters where all the 6 Goswamis would meet on a regular basis to discuss Harikatha and to discuss how they were going to preach the glories of Lord Chaitanya's mercy to the world. In this very courtyard that we are sitting, the Goswamis, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, along with Bhugarbha Goswami, whose Samadhi Mandir is at the end of this courtyard, Sri Lokanath Goswami, and all of their most intimate associates. They would have kirtan of the holy names, chanting and dancing. They would discuss Gaur Katha, Krishna Katha. They would weep in ecstatic love, serving one another, appreciating one another's devotional service. They would discuss the strategies of how they were going to write various literatures to inundate the whole world with love of Krishna. And this pastime is eternally taking place. It was here that Sri Jiva Goswami personally trained Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya and Shamanand Prabhu in the principles of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Siddhanta. It was here that Sri Rupa Goswami body was put into Samadhi, where all the Vaishnavas throughout Braj Bhumi came to this place weeping and crying in the agony of separation from Srila Rupa Goswami. It was here in 1972 that Srila Prabhupada brought devotees from all over the world, and he spoke for 30 days, 1 full month, at this very time, during the month of Kartik, from the nectar of devotion. This courtyard of Sri Sri Radha Damodara temple can be seen from the window of Srila Prabhupada's kitchen. From this window, Srila Prabhupada would take his prasad and look out to the Bhajan Kutir and the Samadhi Mandir of Sri Rupa Goswami, meditating on their mercy. In fact, one of my godbrothers told to me that when he was personally serving Srila Prabhupada here at Radha Damodara temple, Srila Prabhupada told him that after completing the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, publishing Back to Godhead magazine from here, and praying to Rupa Goswami to reveal to him how he was going to somehow or other fulfill the insurmountable order of Lord Chaitanya. Prabhupada, the first day he met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he told him the prophecy of Lord Chaitanya, that you must spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. How to do it? He had no contacts. He had no funds. He didn't even have proper health. But it was here, in this room, that he revealed Rupa Goswami appeared to him and gave him his blessings to go. And with that faith and the blessings of his Guru Maharaj and Srila Rupa Goswami, he fearlessly traveled around the world 13 times, spreading the glories of this Harinam Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Here we have assembled together by Srila Prabhupada's great mercy, laying in the dust before the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami, the Samadhi of Jiva Goswami, the Samadhi of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Here we have the opportunity to come to the place where the Goswamis would wash their feet every day, just behind this beautiful tree, and take the dust upon our heads. This is not an ordinary benediction. This is inconceivable mercy. But mercy, although it is showering upon us in the most extraordinary way, according to our prayerfulness, our humility, and our eagerness to serve, we will absorb and digest that mercy. In Krishna consciousness, nothing is mechanical. The mercy is falling upon us. But what is our eagerness to receive it? What is our determination to live and think in such a way that we can please Krishna? That is the secret of all success.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.